Our Sabres beat reporter Paul Hamilton joining us here. We had a good run of Sabres news yesterday. Not only the Peyton Krebs contract extension, a trade, small trade, and then the adding of a big-time hockey name to the front office as well in John Davidson. So Paul Hamilton joining us. His appearance brought to you by Relax Honda. Relax. We got this. Paul, good morning.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Not bad. A day of news for the hockey team on, just a random Monday in July 13th. And the Krebs extension got done. You'd said many times the idea that, that could get done before they get to arbitration. A player will elect to go to arbitration. That just kind of keeps the two parties together. It's kind of like a franchise tag, right? Like you don't have to sign it. It means that there's contact up until a deadline. And lo and behold, here we are, a 4-year, $4.5 million deal for Krebs.
Yeah, and many felt maybe he would get a $3.5–4 million deal, but I think the comparable that you looked at was Jack Drury's contract. With Nashville, he also set career high in goals and points, but he had 10 goals and 17 assists for 27 points. Krebs did better than that. He had 12 goals and 27 assists for 39 points and is 1 year younger. So, when Drury wound up getting, $4.5 million for a 5-year deal, I think that was kind of what they looked at and decided, let's go with that, and they did.
Do you think, Paul, that Krebs is kind of just wherever we need him going into the season? We've talked about that with you about, you might make lines today and maybe he would be on your fourth line, but how much of his value is they would feel wherever we would need to put him if we run into injuries, we feel comfortable putting him?
Well, right now they have 2 extra players. So whether, you probably are going to get injuries in training camp. So you may not have to do anything, but the way you probably are going to be looking at it is 1 extra defenseman, 1 extra goaltender, and 1 extra forward, which means you probably will have to drop 2 forwards. You can do it very easily, and I'm not suggesting they do this. I would not do it, but you can go the very easy route. There's 2 guys that don't need waivers. That's Ostlund and Helenius, and you can send them both down and bring them back when somebody gets hurt or whatever. That's the easy way out. Everybody else, you either got to trade somebody or put them on waivers to send them down. Unless they have horrendous training camps, that's not my move. I would have Ostlund and Helenius both in my lineup, yeah. But they got it. They do have to. I think it's going to wind up being 2 forwards that they're going to have to figure out to do something with if everybody stays healthy throughout.
Yeah, Paul, as you mentioned that as an idea, I feel like the Sabres have won their fans back and gotten them engaged. And if we get to opening night and we're told that, Helenius and Ostlund, it's a numbers game, there's going to be a problem, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is. Especially since they, lost Tuck, and they could have kept Tuck if they so desired. You could have figured this out if you wanted to keep him. You've got $4.2 million to play with right now. If he makes 10.5, you'd have to find $6 million more from somewhere. But I think that could have easily be done because again, you'd be two more guys to be off the roster,
yeah.
Whoever that might be, and you can take McLeod's $5 million easily out of there, and Ostlund can take his spot easily.
Paul, do you think there's any sort of calculus to, as we talk about Mallenstein and Krebs both being like fairly well-paid fourth liners, that the Sabres might look at the way that they are built in the present day and think, well, we want to keep the group of forwards together, and while, sure, you might be able to get somebody to do that job for $2 million, we're a team that isn't paying anybody at forward 11, 12, 15. We don't have to go basement shopping for fourth liners, so we're in a position to pay it well, and we want to be the best fourth line in hockey. I feel like that's not something you'd ever shoot for, but in the short term, I'm not making a case for it. I wonder if you think there's any calculus behind that.
Well, I think you look at it too. the player itself. Who are we talking about? If you're the Sabres, who are we thinking about? Who are we talking about? What does Beck Malenstein do for us? How much is that worth to us? To what he does. Same thing with Carrick. What does he do? What does he bring to the table? What does Danforth bring to the table? I mean, Danforth only played 4 games last year. He's at $1.8 million. And they were expecting obviously more from him before he broke his kneecap. That's what you're basically looking at is Carrick, Danforth, and Malenstein. To be that line for you. All right, where does Krebs go? Again, where's Helenius and where's Ostlund? What are you doing with them? Where are you going with them? Where's Kulik? Is he going to be up top with Thompson? Are you just going to slide Krebs in with them? And just to start, if everybody's healthy. Which, again, before everybody panics here about what we're talking about, the chances of everybody being healthy on opening night are not all that good. I mean, everybody we're looking at right now, I'd be shocked if everybody is healthy. That's just not the way sports goes, especially through training camp. So it probably is not going to be a problem they're going to have to deal with, but it could be.
I think it is, though, Paul, getting into this a little bit in the first hour, it is an example, though, that their depth is so strong that, like, you've talked about the Larkin trade. You could rewind to the Tuck deal if you want. You could go to any of these other big ideas that they were and even still are in a position this offseason to say, okay, this is an upgrade at forward, but it might cost us 2 guys in a deal or anything of that sort, because we haven't even mentioned Kozak. You mentioned Danforth there a little bit. Like, I feel like if you had to plug in a couple guys that make $1 million on your fourth line in the name of I'm getting a great player like a Larkin at the top of my lineup, I can do that because I have so many forwards that would feel comfortable playing in my lineup night to night.
Yeah, right now I've got them 2 extra guys and around $4.2 million to play with. And does that mean Kane? Does that mean player X that isn't even been talked about? I mean, there can be a trade here for a player that nobody's heard of that's going to be traded. That all of a sudden is traded. I'm trying to think back when Jeff Skinner was traded to the Sabres. Was there a lot of talk about that before it happened? That was an August trade, if I'm not mistaken. I think the first week in August.
Yep, it was.
I don't know if that was discussed a lot before it happened. So there could be a guy that we don't even know that there's a negotiation going on right now and winds up here. So,
but guys would have to go out if that's going to happen, right? Like, are they signing a Patrick Kane if no other forward is going the other way in some other deal?
Then you've got 3 guys that got to go.
Right, and waivers.
Or get hurt or something like that. Which is fine. I mean, if you got to waive Danforth or something, you didn't have them all last year. I know Lindy Ruff likes him a lot, but is he going to get claimed?
Right.
I don't know.
It still just does feel like there is a lot of potential for a trade, right? Like they don't have to make one because, like you said, like the odds of everybody being healthy are not super super high, but they have a surplus, and you might be looking at ideas that would turn a surplus into an upgrade in other places.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and we don't know if they're looking at a trade themselves. For one of the guys we're talking about, is there somebody interested in Danforth? That you can get something for him to move him along. Or now I know Lindy Ruff likes him a lot. And you got a guy in Davidson who would like him a lot too, because he used to be in Columbus. So that group of folks who are in the front office would like him too. As far as the D goes, I think you're set. That you've got your 7. It's got to come from the forwards because it's going to be 3 goalies. It's going to be 7 D, and that's what you got. You've got 17, you got 3 goalies. But the problem is right now you've got 5 full lines. Somebody might say, well, Kozak is a nice player, but if you waive him and if somebody claims him, then somebody claims him and you move on. I can listen to that. I mean, I like Kozak myself a lot. But, yeah, if everybody is here and you need to make a move and you happen to lose him, then you happen to lose him.
Paul, back on Peyton Krebs for a moment. He only played 11 minutes on the penalty kill last year, but he had done it a little bit more previously in his career. Do you think he could be one of the guys, new deal, tuck out the door, that could do that more? I know Doan has come up more for that conversation, right? As someone that didn't really penalty kill last year that could be involved in it.
The reason Doan came up is Lindy Ruff brought him up.
Right.
You know, in his last press conference, but at the end of the year, that he would like to start getting him some penalty killing time. Lindy Ruff obviously at that point knew that maybe the chances of Tuck being back are slim to none. He would know at that point where negotiations are and where they're headed. So he might have already known that he's down a very good penalty killer. And Alex Tuck, who's one of the best there is. Greenway is also one of the best in the league. You're down 2 excellent penalty killers. So I would think Doan, for sure, will be given an opportunity. I think Krebs will probably be given an opportunity. Benson, more of an opportunity. He got some. As the year went on, he got more opportunity to kill penalties. Danforth, if he's in the lineup, I think would be a penalty killer. Carrick, if he's in the lineup, would be a penalty killer. Kozak, if he's in the lineup, be a penalty killer. Ostlund can be a very good penalty killer. If Ostlund's dressed, I think he's also a guy that I would think Doan and Ostlund might be the 2 guys that would get the most time, moving forward.
Paul Hamilton. Paul, there was a minor league trade of swap of players. I wouldn't expect you to have like a spicy take on it. If you want to throw something on it, you can. The name's here. It's Tyler Kopf to Washington. The Sabres get Zach Funk. But the other part of it is, of course, John Davidson joining the front office, which I don't know, Paul, when Kevin Adams was here, he's kind of operating by himself, right? There's not a big support staff, and Jarmo has really built out a complete front office, it seems.
No, he has, definitely. He's got another guy who had been a GM for double-figure years. And, and as far as the trade goes, it's an obvious American Hockey League trade. Neither player have ever played in the NHL, probably never will. Matter of fact, both spend a lot of time in the East Coast League. And I'm not saying nobody in the East Coast League ever plays in the NHL, but it's rare. Let's put it that way. I think there would have to be a number of I know English is our first language, a number of injuries before Zach Funk would wind up in the lineup.
Like 15, 10. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. The one thing I noticed, there's a piece here about it's maybe from a Caps fan site, that Kopf was a bit of a fighter and also whatever. He and Josh Dunn, I guess, how does a trade like that happen? One GM calls up and says, like, hey, I was thinking about this guy. Like, sure, just throw me down the list. This guy.
Yeah.
All right, done. See ya. Right, like these. All due respect to the players, I mean, like a deal like this is probably one that's
easier to make than like a Hellebuck trade.
Yeah, your AHL GMing thinking we could use a little bit of size that down in our affiliate. So
exactly, you do have to. I know a lot of people get upset, on July 1st. It's like, well, why are you signing Jason Poland? It's like, well, easy. They do have to bring Rochester people in. They do have to sign players for the Rochester Americans. So don't get all bent out of shape because it's like, yeah, but we wanted a guy. Yeah, fine, but you do have to bring guys in. So, in this case, they just felt Zach Funk fits what they're trying to do in Rochester a little bit better than Kampf did, and they made the deal.
By the way, speaking of Rochester, you said earlier that Ostlund and Helenius are eligible to be sent down. Is Kulik need waivers at this point? Not that I think he would be a guy, but if they said we want to get him a couple hockey games at the beginning of the year because he missed all that time, is he eligible?
I didn't even think. I just to look him up.
Okay, let me
as
look.
we're talking, I can look it up. But
I'm like halfway to doing it too,
I believe he can go down without waivers. But
Okay.
as I said, I'll look it up as we're talking here.
It appears, it appears he can. So, not that I'm, forcing that in, but if everybody's healthy and they thought he could use a game or two, but they could do that in the preseason, right? So,
But what if he has an awful training camp? I mean, if he doesn't earn it and he's not playing well at all, and they look at it and say, well, you know what, maybe it'd be a good idea if we send him down there and let him get his legs, so to speak. So he's only 22 years old, and he is exempt. Yes, so he can go down.
All right, Paul.
opening night gets announced tomorrow.
That's
by the way.
right.
Do you have a preference? Who do you want?
Canadians.
Yes.
Montreal?
Wait, would they take over the building? Would we have to immediately have an identity crisis about that?
No.
I want to be careful.
You know that better than I do, ticket holder and everything. You would have a better idea.
I'm not
if it
getting
would
rid of my
take
ticket.
over.
It's not opening night. It's a great night to be there. And they're,
Yeah,
they're raising a banner. They're raising a banner.
Yeah, no, they wouldn't take over the building.
Maybe
If you're
Montreal wants
raising
to
a
come and
banner
take a look at that
everything.
banner. Yeah, I feel like they got the scoreboard.
Yeah.
Thank you, Paul.
Take care, guys.
Paul Hamilton on the Wester Hotline on the Sabres. 3 moves yesterday. But John Davidson, he was the GM of the Blues when they signed McKee, right? Way back when. He's been around forever.
The big
He's
deal
been
McKee signed.
I feel like, what years is he on television?
Oh, I don't remember him on TV.
Oh.
I remember him in the Rangers front office. And
He's been around. Do you know how old John Davidson is? 80.
Nope.
No,
I was going
sorry.
to start with the 70.
Wrong one.
I was going to say 72.
Wrong one. There's a different John Davidson that I just checked. I'll find his career here because, man, he's just been everywhere.
Yeah, and he played, right? He was a goalie.
Yeah. Yeah, he's with
Way back when, like with the plastic masks.
Yeah. Another goalie guy. Good for the brand. Good for the goalie brand.
Mm-hmm.
He was the interim GM when Yarmo got fired in Columbus. So no hard feelings there.
Okay.
Broadcasting career. He did games, color commentator for the Rangers from 1987 to 2006.
Wow.
Yeah.
20 years?
Yeah.
Really? He wasn't working in front offices for all that time?
Oh, okay. Paul, he didn't go away. Hey, Paul, you're back. John Davidson also NHL on Fox from 94 to 99, the 96
Okay.
World Cup of Hockey. He did OLN and NBC, all the NBC branches.
Yeah.
So he was around for the Glow Puck.
I'm surprised I don't remember him.
He's also featured in the EA Sports video game NHL 97. I mean, he's been everywhere.
Okay.
Paul, what do you
Guys.
got on John Davidson?
2 guys in NHL history have worn the number 00. They are now both in the Sabre organization.
Davidson
they are.
wore-
Wow.
Double zero?
Marty Baron and John Davidson.
There you go.
Really?
Yep. Marty put that out there yesterday.
Nice. I like it. Thanks, Paul. Good. There's your stat of the day.
Yeah.
Paul Hamilton delivering the stat of the day. Thanks, Paul.
Mm-hmm.
Stat of the day brought to you by Jan's Smoke Shop 2 and Gas Mart, where everything about Jan's Smoke Shop is smoking.
77, 78 in New York. He wore 00.
What's the case against 00? What's wrong with it? Is it only that? Is it only that you don't do 01, 02, 03? Like, what's the?
I guess. Because you do have zeros in football and basketball, but not in. We don't even have single zeros in hockey.
No, you do in football now.
Yeah, football, basketball have them.
This the 00 conversation reminds me of. I was thinking of an idea for the next 2 weeks of a segment called like Summer Takes, like some are good, some are bad, like the joke about summer teeth. Anyway, Summer Takes, some are good, some are bad, because you never know what might set one of us off.
Uh-huh.
What had me thinking this was, what was the golf tournament we just watched? Like the American Century Club Championship or whatever that was?
The one at Tahoe?
Yes,
No,
yes,
yeah,
yes.
Tahoe, yeah.
Which uses the Stableford scoring system.
Oh, yeah, I hate it.
I was just going to say,
So stupid.
I was watching that, and I thought, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to bring up the Stableford scoring system
it's-
and see if Joe or Owen or Joe
just the
like
dumbest.
wants to yell about
It's
something.
the dumbest thing ever. Why? We're just, nobody watching it knows what's happening. or who's
They
winning.
put it on the screen. They put the points up.
Just the Stableford. So just
Right.
count it normal.
Just for everybody at home, we're using the Stableford scoring system.
Feels like something hockey would do. Like, let's
It's
have
definitely
a new-
different. Like, did some guy just say, like, hey, guys, I got an idea. What if we do this instead? Which, it rewards, it makes birdies way more, way more better than bogeys are bad. A birdie is 3.
Yeah. A
And a
bogey's-
bogey is 1.
You get a point for a bogey, which also is
you
dumb.
get a point for a bogey, but you get 3 for a. I got to dig into this.
Why wouldn't it be a par? Well, I guess
A
this
par
is
is 2.
right. Instead of a par
So
is 0.
1, 2, 3, an eagle is 4, an albatross is 6. I guess no, really, there's not anything better.
No, right? Like that's
it's
the thing. Like, if in a golf score, if we're playing regular golf and I birdie and you bogey, what's the difference on the score sheet?
You're right,
2.
it's 2.
What's the difference in the Stableford?
It's 2.
2.
You're
What?
right. In traditional Stableford, an albatross is 6. Imagine announcing
That's the thing.
You announced that at the tournament. Hey guys, if you get an albatross, it's 6. Oh, okay. I bet that's happened once this decade in this tournament. Good thing. Why
Yeah.
not make it worth 100?
And the other thing it does, isn't it, is that double bogeys or worse are all the same.
Yes.
So it's basically like if you get a quadruple
Just
bogey,
pick up your ball.
You just pick it up.
Wait a minute. Double bogey or worse is all the same. Maybe we should all be playing the Stableford.
Once, like basically, okay, you're putting for double, pick it up.
Right. You're not.
We'd all move quicker.
You're not putting an 8 on your card. That's not happening. No triples.
Because really,
how'd you play today?
Nobody wants a 10 on the score. Like
Nobody.
Not even like if I'm playing with a foursome and one of my buddies is like putting for 9. I just like I don't feel comfortable.
Okay, wait. There's a
Depends on the maybe I'm making fun of.
There's
the
a
person
modified
but-
Stableford. This is better.
I don't.
Used in some.
There's multiple Staplefords.
This one is used in the Barracuda Championship. Maybe this is used in the Century Club as well. Albatross 8, Eagle 5, Birdie 2, Par 0, Bogey -1. So that is one that rewards birdie more than it punishes bogey.
I think I like that one better.
Sure.
They use that where?
This is, as I'm reading, in the Barracuda Championship, maybe. There's a modified system. Anyway, this has been the segment Summer Takes. Just trying to, drop a phrase and see if one of you guys can get furious about something.
Is Josh Allen playing in this tournament this year at Tahoe? This is not the combined event, is it?
Not the Pro-Am.
This is not the Pro-Am.
The Pro-Am that's usually at Pebble Beach, right?
Yeah, but isn't there a big Tahoe?
Whatever one they played at this weekend, there were boats pulled up to the green. Did you see that? The green is there, and then a sandy beach, and then there were boats and pop-up tents for people tailgating off of their boats at the golf green this last weekend. Not the Scottish Open.
Yeah, they have this was one day ago. Part of the Tahoe week is they have the celebrity tournament. Marty Fish, former tennis player, won.
Marty Supreme.
He beat Joe
That's
Pavelski.
that's not Marty Supreme, right? That's a different Marty.
No, this is Marty, not Marty.
Oh,
Marty.
I should
with
have.
a D.
I should have heard that. Sorry.
He beat Joe Pavelski.
Tough one.
Big rivalry, those two. Marty Fish and Joe Pavelski.
Pavelski could just never get over the top.
And Steph Curry was third.
Wait, did he? Did he win? Did Pavelski win with Dallas?
Win the cup?
Yeah.
Dallas never, not recently,
Okay.
has won
He
the
didn't
cup.
win it with
He
San
didn't
Jose.
win it with San Jose.
And he didn't
No.
win, and he didn't win that tournament.
No.
Tough one. 803-0550 and 1-888-550-2550. When we return, the message the guy that got thrown into the air by the Buffalo has for the Buffalo.
Okay.
That's next. Jeremy and Joe on WGR.